You know this little fella, it's probably one of the most iconic items in video game history. And throughout the years, it's gotten some pretty interesting upgrades, but much is still left to be desired. For example, have you ever seen this ball before? If you're like me, probably not, because it's only used for the bug catching contest. Currently in the mainline games, there's a total of 27 unique Pokeball types, and in today's video I'm going to create 3 new Pokeball types, each with a unique design and catch attributes. The base of every good Pokeball comes from its founding father, so before designing any new Pokeball types we need to make the original Pokeball. And once the ball is modeled and colored, now we can start to get wild and wacky and design custom types. My first idea is a ball specific to one of my favorite things in the game, shiny Pokemon. If you're unaware, most Pokemon have a 1 in 4,096 chance of being a different color when you encounter it, and these are called shiny Pokemon. I am absolutely obsessed with hunting these trophy Pokemon, and nothing feels worse to a Pokemon player than having one of these Pokemon on your screen and not being able to catch it. So to fix that, we're going to design a ball that's going to be called the Shiny Ball. It's going to feature a 5 times catch rate on only shiny Pokemon, meaning that all shiny Pokemon are 5 times more likely to catch than Old Granddad. To balance out this powerful ball, it's going to have a 0.1 catch rate on regular Pokemon, similar to the Beast Ball. That way, this rare ball can be used to greatly increase the chance of catching these elusive Pokemon, while not being too overpowered to catch those regular mons. As for the design, it's only appropriate to have the shiny sparkles on top, and to make a color palette that is so flashy and reflective it'll burn your eyes out. Or in other words, just make the shiny ball very shiny. But this ball will be rarer than me touching grass, and will only be found in the Pokemon world as pickup items, or scarcely by other means of obtaining rare balls. To continue feeding my unhealthy obsession with shiny things, my next idea is to create a Pokeball with a crown on top. So what could we possibly name this majestical ball? Okay, well the Pokemon universe isn't exactly known for its creativity in naming Pokeballs either. Anyway, a big challenge in Pokemon is catching higher level evolutions. Generally speaking, evolved Pokemon are harder to catch than lower tier Pokemon, so this ball will fix that. The Crown Ball will have the attributes to scale up its catch rate as the Pokemon scales through its evolution line. The design of this ball is going to be pretty self-explanatory. I'm going to model a crown with some pearls on top, then plop that bad boy right on top of the ball. Add a little bit of royal purple and bedazzle the crown and bam! Done. This ball is going to be a 1 times, 2 times, and 3 times catch rate for 3 stage evolution lines respectively, and 1 times and 2.5 times catch rate for 2 stage evolution lines. The Crown Ball will be a great general use ball, especially for upper stage Pokemon, because it'll be a pretty expensive Pokeball to buy. The third ball erupting from my cranium is going to give some much needed love to the rock type Pokemon. This is an Icosphere, and for our purposes, we're going to scale it down and call it a rock. Not a boulder, a rock. And I'm going to have the corners just peeking out of the top to look a little bit more like rock shards protruding out of the ball. And continuing the theme of creative ball names, this one will be called the Stone Ball. The Stone Ball is going to have a 2 times catch rate only on rock Pokemon, and also double the rate of friendship gain for these Pokemon. As for the color palette, it's going to be a stone brown on top with an off-white on the bottom. The protruding gemstones will be opal, which is a gemstone that is rainbow colored and shiny. And in my opinion, just looks so darn good. Despite its good looks and stunning personality, this is going to be a common ball that is relatively inexpensive. But don't let that fool you, because it'll have some nice benefits for a Pokemon type that doesn't currently have a ball specific to it. The last thing to do is to gather all these balls and put them in an ecosphere. So I'll quickly design a room, add some tables and chairs, and scale the balls and place them on the table. I'll then add some lighting to make the scene a bit more dramatic, and then turn off all the lights except for the spotlights. The reason for that is if I turn on the lights, you'll see a big old subscribe. For the final render, I'll just add a camera and track some movements, and this is what we have. This project is basically just modeling a bunch of circles, so this shouldn't take too long.